Hi, this is Ed Dollister, and welcome to the very first episode of Mitch and Ed's Excellent Adventure. I'm Ed Dollister.
And I have to be Mitch Halleck,
That's
the other
right.
half of Mitch and Ed's Excellent.
Now, I suppose we thought, look, for many years, if you've been following us on the IndieCast, you've been listening to our roundtables and our get-togethers, and often we kind of get off topic a little bit with regards to Indiana Jones. And we have been toying with, doing our own little segment or podcast or video vlog or anything like that. And I suppose that's what this is all about, right, Mitch?
Yeah, Ed, and we've got some free time on our hands, and that's dangerous for guys like you and I.
Absolutely. And we thought, look, if hopefully someone will like, listening to what we're talking about, because we could talk for hours, about.
We've done it before, Ed. We've done it before.
Yes, we have. And so we thought we'd look at, a variety of different pop culture elements and movies and comics. And you can see Mitch is with his Captain Marvel there. I've got my my Superman on. It's DC. It's DC versus Marvel, really.
Excuse me, Ed. This is Captain America.
Oh, Captain America. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Captain Marvel.
Oh my Lord.
No wonder things don't work that great.
That's right. We'll edit that out. We'll edit that bit out. All right.
So, I'm sorry, Captain Australia.
Oh, that's right. There is we've got Captain Boomerang in DC and Suicide Squad.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's okay.
He's not as flamboyant as Captain America.
No, that's true. Or Captain Marvel with the mohawk and everything like that. But anyway, we digress.
See, we're already starting. It's already like a minute in, and this is what they can expect. They'll be like, oh, my God, it's two people with attention deficit disorder just rambling.
Well, look around at our palatial studios here. You can see we need lots of distractions.
Yours is a studio. Mine's just a little corner in the house that my wife says, just put your junk over there and don't let me see it.
That's all right.
Except it's all over the place.
Yes.
It's spread very bad.
There's some of the things that we'll talk about, collectibles and things like that. I was thinking, actually, I was watching Kolchak the Night Stalker. We were watching that yesterday.
My favorite TV show.
Is it really?
Of all time, yes.
Okay. Well, so you'll know, I was so shocked. See, we're already off topic.
Yeah, we already are.
I was so shocked that one of the episodes was written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale.
Oh, yeah. It's the one with the headless motorcycle guy.
Yeah, Chopper.
I spoke to Mr. Zemeckis about that at Philadelphia Wizard World about 5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh wow! It was absolutely, and there was there's so many MASH connections with guest artists.
Oh yeah.
There's
wait, people might see, because you and I have this weird shorthand nerdy thing.
Yeah.
Maybe people that are watching it, all two of you, hi.
And it's
they don't
us
know
watching
Bob
his
Zemeckis.
back. Actually, that's what it is. Yeah.
They don't know who Bob Zemeckis is. Back it up.
Okay.
Robert Zemeckis is the writer of
Back to the Future
1, 2, and 3, right?
Yes, along with Bob Gale, and they also did. I think it was "I Want to Hold Your Hand." I think that was in the early days before Back to the Future, and
Right.
and I suppose we should back it up even further. Kolchak. I might put up an image of Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Darren McGavin
yes.
was Kolchak the Night Stalker, who lived right next door to me in Westport, Connecticut.
Did you ever get to meet him?
No, I did not. No, sadly, no. But I do have I have stories though about him getting a speeding ticket, and he had the tallest house in all of Westport.
Yes.
And there was always zoning laws about it, but he didn't care because his house was so up on a hill. But one day he was speeding like a maniac through town, and they gave him a ticket, and he fought it. And again, nothing earth-shattering, but do people even know who Darren McGavin is?
Surely they do. Oh, maybe from A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. He was in a very bad Joe Piscopo, Treat Williams movie. He was in a Jerry Lewis movie once.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the something delinquent, the reluctant delinquent or something like that. Jerry Lewis was this like troubled juvenile delinquent, and Darren McGavin was the police officer assigned to take his case. Darren McGavin had the most unique hair pieces in all of Hollywood. Did you know that?
That was a hairpiece?
Yeah. I didn't know it either until years earlier. He was on a show called Riverboat with Burt Reynolds, who have also had a weird hairpiece, but that was later on. But he was the star of the show. He was also Mike Hammer, the detective. Really? Mickey Splain's Mike Hammer. Darren McGavin was back in the 50s. And do you know who played his secretary on that show? All you ever saw was her legs. You never saw her face.
Betty White.
Mary Tyler Moore, very close.
Ah,
Oh, she was a showgirl.
there you go. I did not know that. But that's the best hairpiece I've ever seen.
You know what? It's better than William Shatner's. We nothing to say.
I'm just gonna let's have a look here.
Yeah, I interviewed him about 2 years ago, about 2 years ago at New York Comic Con.
Yep.
I sat across from him the entire time as the man's talking. I'm trying to look at his eyes, but I just keep drifting up to his forehead, trying to see where it's all in there. And I'm thinking that's either the best weave in the world, or maybe it's his real hair.
Maybe it
Because
is.
it looked in there, man. I have a photo of William Shatner here somewhere too, and you can't tell, man.
Could have been a tribble.
It could have been a tremble.
But I'm amazed. I'm going to look even closer. But Darren McGavin is fantastic. Him, Updike. Who's the
Ron
boss?
Updike?
Vincent?
He's still alive. He's
Oh,
the only
really?
cast member still with us. Yeah.
I might have to reach out and send him an email.
He's on Facebook and social media. You can get a hold of him.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
We just love that show. But that's I digress. I actually saw it was quite funny though. They had Larry Linville on. They had
He was a little bit of trivia, Ed.
Yeah.
Larry Linville's on twice because I met Larry Linville, sir.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, "You are my favorite Kolchak actor," and he said, I was in the pilot, the movie, The Night Stalker, that takes place in Las Vegas. He said, "Oh, my name was Doctor like I don't know. It was he was supposed to be an Indian doctor,
okay,
from India, but
Yes.
they couldn't get anybody, so they gave it to Larry Linville. So they kept the name, and that was one of the first uses. We're going to call it the cadaver cam because it was looking upwards
Yes.
from the autopsy table. As Larry Linville and other doctors were doing the autopsy, the camera was mounted from like if it was the chest cavity coming up.
Yes.
And they go, "Oh, there's no blood in this." So Larry Linville's in the movie, but he's also the detective in the Night Stalker TV show because they'd have different guest stars as different police detectives. They'd have like Keenan Wynn and
Yes.
Larry Storch and all these other famous old movie.
Well, Phil Silver's made an appearance in it. I was quite surprised at.
Oh yeah. And Margaret Hamilton's in it too, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Really?
She has a small part. Yes,
Okay.
There's a black magic episode where he fights a witch.
All
did
right.
not
I'll have to look. I just saw the one with Caroline, who played. She played Morticia Adams. Carolyn Jones.
Carolyn Jones. Yeah.
As well.
Reb
And
Brown's in one of those.
who is?
Captain America. Reb Brown is in one of
Really?
those episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the one where he goes to Los Angeles and meets a female vampire, which is actually a sequel to the Night Stalker TV movie because one of the victims from Scorsese, I can't think of the guy's name. The original vampire's name was Janos Sakona. I can't pronounce it. I don't know. It's going to kill me. Not Nikolai Lescavar. He was the bad guy in Force 10 from Navarone.
Oh,
That's
yes.
totally
Franco Nero.
But I always remember that name, Nikolai Lescavar.
Yeah.
The best line in that movie is when they're together and he says to Robert Shaw, "So you think I'm a spy?" And Robert Shaw goes, "I don't think, I know." Boom! Right there. He got him. It's like he's screwed. He knows he's the spy, that he's helping the Nazis.
Yeah.
Again,
good film.
Nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No, that's all right.
I'm desperately trying to get it back on track. Ed.
That's okay. I was going to say that in that episode with Larry, I think it was the one with Klinger, perhaps.
Okay.
Jamie Farr is the teacher.
Jamie Farr, yeah.
In the background, one of the background artists was Nurse Kelly from MASH as well.
Really?
Yes.
Who unfortunately just passed away.
She did,
about
unfortunately.
a month ago. Kelly McNamara, I believe her name.
Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was quite interesting. So anyway, what we are our main topic. I think we've burnt through almost all our time as well.
Wait, did we even introduce who we were yet on this show?
Well, I host the IndieCast. If you don't know me, theindiecast.com. We've been going for about 13 years. We've got an episode as of this recording coming out tonight, which is good. And of course, we've got the king of the nerds, Mitch Halleck.
Yeah, that's it. They know who I am, Ed. I
That's
need
right.
no introduction. No, I'm Mitch Halleck. I'm the king of the nerds, as Ed said. I'm also a part of the Indie cast for what, 12 years now, talking about
Oh
Indiana
yeah,
Jones and whatever we can else
pretty much from
say.
episode 2 or 3. So
Pretty much, yeah. I used to send you those perfume love letters, but
that's
that's for a
right.
later episode. We don't want to
They're all
spook any of
filed back here, so it's okay.
um and what I produced the biggest comic book convention here in Connecticut, one of their last real comic book shows that has all comic book artists. But we also get celebrities too, like we just had Billy D. Williams, Val Kilmer, John Barrowman. We've had Chaz Palminteri, you name it. I mean, it's been going on for years. It's held at the Mohegan Sun Casino Resort, the second largest casino in all of North America,
Mm-hmm.
and it's every August, and it's something to see. It's 3 days of nonstop action, and plus, I'm on another podcast, if you like comic books, which is called the Power Cosmic Podcast,
Mm-hmm.
which is co-hosted by famous Superman artist and writer Jerry Ordway, and
Mm.
I think that's it.
Does
And now
does Mr. Ordway Zoom as a comic book person? Does he Zoom?
I tried to get Jerry to use his iPhone the other day to record him drawing so we could start posting up there, but it was like a moon landing. It didn't work. He goes, "My iPhone can record movies?" I'm like, "Yeah, I
Okay.
could do that."
Well, hope
So,
maybe once all this social distancing, once all this passes, and these troubling times are in the well and distant
pass.
past, we can get him in directly into
Yeah.
your palatial studios there.
Oh yeah, I think I got about 2 square feet of room in there. Oh wow.
You
I just
found
noticed my
something?
R2D2 garbage can needs to be emptied.
Oh, there you go. That's good. Well, he should be next to my C3PO standee from
I know
1977.
it's like they're a world apart. And then the scarier thing is over there.
Mhm.
I don't know if they have Brisk down there. This isn't a product thing, but Brisk is like a lemonade or iced tea type of drink.
No.
And when the Phantom Menace was re-released in 3D,
Yes.
they had these giant R2D2 coolers at the
Ah,
store,
yes.
and the head would come off, and it's right over there. You can't see it now, but it's there, and it would be full of ice and sodas and drinks and stuff. Why I have that, I don't know. My sister gave it to me because she thought it would be very valuable.
That's cool. It probably is. They only made, a couple of 100,000 of them. It's cool.
Yeah. A couple 100,000.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what we were going to talk about.
Carry on, Ed.
I was going to say there goes my whole Night Stalker episode. That's all gone. So anyway,
Wait,
we've done that.
We're done with the Night Stalker? Because I could go on about the
I know
Night
we
Stalker.
will. We'll go back to the Night Stalker at some different. There's a lot of. I've been watching the Bionic Woman. We got Mission. There's a whole stack of things we can.
Those are all those great Universal shows from the 70s.
Yes.
That's why you'll see so many of the same actors. And speaking of,
Mm.
oh my God, Ed.
What?
Darren McGavin is the prototype for Oscar Goldman in the $6 Million Man pilot.
Really?
They replaced Darren McGavin with Richard Anderson. Richard Anderson is also the bad guy in the second Night Stalker movie called The Night Strangler, where it takes place in Seattle, and he's an old doctor who's been living for 100 years, and he would come out every 30-something years, and he would kill these women and extract some kind of brain fluid from their spinal cord, and that's what he would drink. Dr. Richard Malcolm was his name.
Ah.
Yes. I don't know what the significance of all this is, but in some nerd weird way, it's all connected, man.
And isn't Richard Anderson the reason that Richard Dean Anderson is called Richard Dean Anderson? Because you can't have two actors with the same name.
Like Michael Fox was Michael J. Fox.
Correct.
And then Harrison Ford, there was already a Harrison Ford, so he's originally Harrison J. Ford.
Yes.
And then that guy died, so Harrison Ford, dropped the J in his name.
There you go.
Spoke some, but that's another story for another show.
That's right. So we were going to talk about just with.
Are we done with the Darren McGavin thing now?
I think we'll get back to it. That'll be our season 2 opener. Okay. What I was going to say is we were going to look at some of the movies that we were going to be looking forward to coming out this year, but unfortunately have been delayed. I had I saw a tweet by John Kasdan, who screenwriter to Solo and who worked on Indy 5, who liked my tweet. I was very
Did
happy.
he really?
He did.
He must be more bored than we are. But go ahead.
Well, but he was, saying, what are some of the films you're looking forward to seeing in the cinema again? Because, that is such a wonderful experience and something that we haven't, won't be experiencing for a little while. And of course, Sony has just delayed their entire summer slate
Yeah.
till next
Yeah.
year. And I thought, what are, a couple of the films that you're really looking forward to seeing in the cinemas once we return to normality?
Well, oddly enough, Warner Brothers has, speaking of the 80s,
Mhm.
Wonder Woman 1984, they pushed it from, I believe it was June to August 14th. So
Yes.
maybe they know something we don't know because I don't know.
I know, fingers
Let's
crossed.
see.
That's the one I'm really looking forward to. I've got a sneaking suspicion that they might push it further back,
Yeah.
but yeah, because there was talk of them streaming that, and there's no way they were
No,
just going to
there's
do
too
that
much
with.
money at
Oh my
hand to
gosh,
stream it.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
Marvel just pushed, or Disney pushed the Black Widow movie from
yeah.
May 1st to November
Yes.
21st. So
Yes.
that's got pushed back to the fall. And
Has that
that was,
actually got a release date now? Because when I
yeah,
was
yeah,
looking
yeah,
that
yeah.
it had,
It's
okay,
I believe it's November 13th
okay,
because it replaces the Eternals movie with what's Billy Bob Thornton's wife's name? She's married
Angelina
to
Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Well, she was also Mrs. Brad Pitt, so I'm
Yeah.
way back on that. But yeah, that was supposed to open in November. So now basically they've just domino effect. They just pushed all the Marvel movies back one. So they're all taking each other's slots because, being a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan, those slots are, there's only so many they have, the movie
Yes.
companies, to open a big blockbuster. Because weren't you the one to tell me that the Pirates 5 movie was delayed for like 2 years? It was filmed and done.
It was. In fact, it was filmed for it like at least a year and a bit. It was a
They
bit
filmed
in
that near
develop.
you, right?
Well in Queensland, so like
Yeah.
we're hang on, we're here. Queensland's up there, but in Australia, that was pretty
Australia
close.
looks so much bigger on a map than your fingers. Who knew? So when you
Um,
say here, this is like Sydney,
no,
maybe?
that was Melbourne. That was hang
Oh,
on, where is
Melbourne,
it?
not
Melbourne.
Melbourne,
No,
people. Melbourne.
Melbourne. Not
Yeah.
that's in Florida. Melbourne is in Florida. This is Melbourne. So we're here, and
So
Queensland is
there's
like up the
Australia.
top. Yeah,
Yeah, and you're over here.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll bring a postcard image for next time. So
Anyway, so
yeah, but
we
that's still
digress.
even with that delay, that still made it made like about $700 million worldwide,
Huh?
which is, while it is down from the Pirates franchise, it still was a huge hit overseas and everything like that. That's why I feel like films like Indy 5, with these delays and things like that, everyone on the web's going, oh, just it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Just have a bit of positivity, people. There's,
Positivity.
you
I don't know
know,
what you just said.
I said positivity, people.
Positivity.
Positivity,
Yeah, okay. For weird, I thought it was like some Australian thing. I'm like, is that a different type of word?
like
No,
chock a block.
chocker block. That's
This is
another
what
thing.
this
You don't want to
episode
block your
is.
chocker.
It's chock a
What?
block. Our episode today is chock a block.
Chocker block for those people outside of Australia means a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I
In
never
fact,
heard that.
I'll dig out my album Chock a Block, which was from I think
Wait, that was
it
a record
K-Tel?
album?
Yeah, it was one of those compilations from the 70s, Chock a Block, and we had
Oh, like
Full
we had
Bore.
K-Tel here.
Okay, Full Bore, and we had there's a whole nother episode. We're going to cover the gamut. You found
Speaking of
something?
Australia,
Yeah.
was the power station from Australia?
No, that was Robert.
That was Robert Palmer.
And the guys from Duran Duran, I think.
Wasn't Duran Duran from Australia?
No, they're British.
Oh man, I forget that then.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
don't know. I saw that today when I was looking for my albums here.
Yes.
Yes, I couldn't find my. It's got to be here somewhere because I know nobody would ever want it. My Bruce Willis Return of Bruno. I got to find it.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, I did. That's up there.
It had a
with,
hit song on it. Did a
Yeah.
remake of Youngblood.
He that and Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time. They're
Oh yeah, I've got so many. I got a Joe Piscopo album up here. Joe Piscopo was the other Saturday Night Live. Yeah,
yeah.
that's about it. No one ever heard from him again.
That's all right.
But it is what it is.
So
yeah, movies are pushed back a bit, Ed. Let's go back to that.
That's what I was going to say. So we've got that. I'm really looking forward to the new James Bond.
Well, you're a big
movie.
Ghostbusters guy too, right?
I do like Ghostbusters. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed when it was uh, delayed for
Yeah.
like a whole year, and it's a bit crazy, but it's a
This is
product
like a
they want to make
skip
the most.
year. 2020 is going to be like a little, like an asterisk next to it.
Yes,
When they look back in the history book, like everything that was planned kind of like got pushed back a year.
it's just been
You know,
erased.
it's been a race. Yeah, it's like we're on hiatus right now.
That's right. That's
The
right.
Earth is closed right now for
Yeah.
temporary repairs.
I was saying to you earlier that I feel like this is a bit like next year's 2021 is going to be like the summer of 1989, where we had
We had all
we
those
had
movies.
Batman, we had Indy and the Last Crusade, we had Star Trek 5, we had Ghostbusters 2, we had
Speaking of Batman, real quick, I know this is the first episode and we're trying to build an audience, but I am going to make a claim here, just like John F. Kennedy when he did, landing people on the moon.
Yep.
I'll even do my Kennedy impersonation.
Okay, I'll sit back. Go for it.
I believe that Mitch and Ed's excellent adventure asked not what the people watching could do for them, but what we could do for you, I think. And because you mentioned Batman, if we get 1,000 followers, right?
Yep.
Now, when that happens, I will open up my sealed box of Batman 89 cereal. Never look, it's got the Michael Keaton bank still.
I hope you got some air holes in there for him.
No, shrink wrapped. I've saved this. I don't know why, but I did because I knew back in 1989, my Nostradamus-like abilities said one day you will be stuck in your basement talking to a dude from Australia on a webcast thing. Mind you, none of this existed except for you and I, but that was another story. I will eat this live on camera. Open it. Look. It's not even a solid block. I thought it would be like one big mold of like sugary thing. I will eat my Batman 89 cereal when we get 1,000 people.
Okay.
I challenge you, Ed.
Well, I will do one, maybe not better, but I've got my 1999 Queen Amidala 1.25 liter Pepsi that
Ed?
I will toast a drink to you as you okay.
I will toast you as well, my friend. Here is my Mountain Dew.
Oh, the devil's urine. Oh.
Look at that. Did you just say urine?
Yeah, the devil's urine. That's what Mountain Dew's tastes like.
Whatever. This is from 1989, episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and it's my Rune Hako. We all know that character. That's up there with 3PO and Chewbacca.
It is, yep.
He had a big part in the movie. I believe he said, "Send a droid." Or "You've never seen a Jedi," when they were doing this really bad racist dialect. Did they dub that? Did they change it out when it came down to your way?
No, it's just as
it had that real bad pigeon. So anyway, I will drink mine as well. This has not been opened.
Yep.
And you and I will die on camera as we drink. I don't know what would happen to us. It's still liquidy in there.
Yeah. Mine's
I had an Emperor one that somehow the liquid evaporated. Like there was no holes in it. I went to pick it up. It was empty. He must have used the force.
That's right. It went to another plane.
We can't do human sacrifices on TV. This isn't, you asked for it from Happy Days. Remember that?
I do remember.
Okay.
Now
you can watch two grown men eat 30-year-old cereals and 20-year-old sodas.
Yeah.
On this show. That's the beauty of modern technology. That's why the internet was created.
It's a little desperate of us first episode in, and we're already promising that, but that's okay. That's
desperate. No,
desperate times, desperate measures.
No, just as you said, you're looking forward to these movies that have been pushed back a year. Yep. I think the viewer is going to be looking forward to when you and I eat that stuff.
Yep.
Right there. Anyway. So you were looking forward to Ghostbusters? Huh?
I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters Afterlife, No Time to Die, the James Bond movie.
Oh yeah, well that got pushed to November. Do you think that's really going to go all the way to next year?
I think that's probably a more realistic time to. We'll be all hopefully the curve's been flattened. We'll be able to assimilate with other people.
Assimilate? Now we're the Borg?
I don't know what I'm talking about. It's 20 to 8 in the morning here, so I'm.
Oh well, here it's like I don't know, 3 days past Christmas. I don't know. I never understood that time change thing.
Oh yes, yeah. We had daylight savings end this weekend, so
Yeah.
it's all a bit
Yeah.
crazy here. But that's okay. It's okay.
How's the Vegemite doing?
Vegemite is great.
Is it stocked? I mean, is that something that's not out of stock?
I do have a no. That's pretty good, but because you just use a little bit. Like, did you see Tom Hanks how he tweeted that picture
Yeah.
of him eating the? You don't do a lot of Vegemite.
Well,
You just do it.
that was my mistake when you gave me that jar of Vegemite.
I know we went to the shop and got it specially printed up in your name and everything for you, and I think you just put one lump in it and then threw it out.
I did. I took a whole spoon, and I thought it was like peanut butter, but I just scooped up a massive thing and just put it on the thing, and I just ate. It was overpowering, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's a little bit, just a little bit of subtle.
A little bit, but I didn't know. It's
That's
called
all right.
Vegemite, as in mite, like little.
I
Tiny
might
things.
use a little bit.
It's not called Vegemassive.
That's right.
Now I know.
That could be you could be the American spokesperson.
Spokesperson,
For Vegemite.
will it come over here? I'll start. I'll try again.
Why not? Why not? I think people like Australian stuff over there in the States. I think it's either you or we'll get Chris Hemsworth to pitch it. Maybe both of you. That would be quite good.
Oh, that'd be something.
The before and after.
Chunk. Yeah, the hunk and the chunk.
So that's it. Do you have anything else to look forward to? I mean, of course, we got lots of things to look forward to. I meant movie-wise.
Like tomorrow, being here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
I got a lot. Well, I have conventions. I can't wait for people to get the huddled masses together again to go look at their favorite movie actor and favorite comic book person and wear masks. Not masks like they're asking you to, but masks.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, we would wear that for fun. Ha! Who's laughing now?
That's right.
Go to the grocery store with my stormtrooper mask. They'll just say, "Aisle 2, sir. You're fine. We're all fine here now."
Yeah.
But Edward, actually, it's not Edward. We lied.
Not,
I just how come your name's capitalized and mine's in lowercase? That's another story.
I don't know.
Fix that in special effects.
I'll fix that. I'll put underneath, Australia and Connecticut. So we've got so it looks a little bit more.
So they know where we are. Yeah, so they can come over our house because I have toilet paper.
Shh.
No, seriously, I gotta say this self-isolation. Now, look, not to make light of the situation, but I'm 53 years old.
Yep.
I've been reading comic books and going to science fiction movies and reading novels and drawing pictures since I've been born. This is another day for me. I don't know about you. So.
Yeah. Well,
except for the socialization and going out in the stores, but staying home and being an introvert, I call that Tuesday.
Yeah. I have been spending a lot of time in Animal Crossing, I must say, and
how is that?
That's great. I'm loving it. I've got a lovely.
No, my son told
island.
me about that. That's for the Switch, right?
Yep, I've got an island called Aloha. It's fantastic. So I've been doing that. And yesterday I culled my Blu-ray and DVD collection and have put in. I've probably got about 50 DVDs and I'm going to give to Goodwill. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we should do? You still have your VHS tapes?
Yep.
Why?
Because they are what they are. They're collectibles.
Well, yeah. Do you have a VCR still?
I've got one out in my other study.
Does it work?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Does your TV have the connectors at all for that anymore?
I've got it all set up. It's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Why now? You'd rather watch that blurry, fuzzy quality?
It's
VHS
because I've got a copy of Thank God It's Friday on VHS that it's not out on DVD or anything like that.
I wonder why that is. But seriously, I think next episode we should bring some of our VHS tapes in there because I have upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had in Australia, but when the original trilogy, this is before they made the special editions.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was for the 10th anniversary or maybe later. It's in a big blue box. It's letterbox VHS tapes of the first three, the first three to us. Episode 4, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. Who we lying? Okay. And it had another bonus VHS tape was The Making of Star Wars.
I do have that,
documentary with George Lucas. It was on Public Broadcastings. And it came with a booklet. So I have this thing, and it's numbered. I think it's 1 of 2 billion. and it's got like a hologram, a silver hologram on the front. So if you hold it just right, you can see the famous whoever did the poster. I was going to say Hildebrandt brothers. You know, the one with
They
Luke
did.
holding the
They did
sword
one
and
of them.
Leia by.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you ever have that? Is that something that you saw down? It was called the Ultimate Trilogy Collection or something like that.
I've got a few in the box. I've got the widescreen and I've got the pan and scan one. It might be the same one. I think I'll have to have
That was the first time at home you could actually see that when they were in The Empire Strikes Back, and asteroid wipes out the bridge of one of the Star Destroyers. You could see that other guy go and disappear.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because for so many years it was pan and scan, and that
That's
got
right.
cropped off. So suddenly, like there's a whole other movie going on the sides of the screen that you never saw. So
that's right. Well, I'll do you one better. What I was
What?
thinking, you know, what we could do, I can hook up I'll have another camera,
Yeah.
okay, and on a separate, which I'll invite to this Zoom meeting. And what we'll do is I will project. I've got all the 70s blockbusters on Super 8. So what we can do is we can project
Without sound.
with sound.
Oh, Super 8 had sound.
Yeah. So
I know 8mm did.
So I can set it up so we can watch. We've got Smokey and the Bandit, Grease,
The whole movie.
Raiders. No, it's only like 17 minutes of each one. Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I've
Wait, is it like a greatest hits thing or just
it
like
sort
one
of is.
scene?
They sort of, some are better than others. The Black Hole I've got Buck Rogers. So we could do that.
Go back. Now Raiders, I know. So how does that work in a 17-minute trunk?
They've just cut out the main things. I think you get the whole boulder sequence. You get something. Certainly with Star Wars, it used to come out in. There used to be two or three different reels that you could get. So my reel is the opening Star Destroyer thing. Luke getting his lightsaber. The attack. Them escaping. Oh, the whole battle with the swinging over the
the trench,
the chasm or whatever with Leia and Luke, and then here they come. That whole the battle with the Falcon as they escape the Death Star, and then basically it goes, we did it, and then the Falcon flies off into the distance, and that's the end. So it sort of tells,
minutes.
Yeah,
full color and everything.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Real? I just knew that they had 8mm. In fact, I talked about this on my friend's podcast. In fact, not to segue.
Yeah.
But I was reading in my Soupy Sales magazine, and there's whole ads in here. Look, there's records. You can buy records, kids, for $2.99.
60 smash songs
for $2.99 on Record Riot. This is like Chocker Blocker. But no, they had Super 8. They're right in the back. 8mm monsters.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Look, you can get a projector for $4.99.
That'll be quality.
Well, but they're silent.
Lumen.
There's Three Stooges, and there's,
maybe that's something. So that's something we can do. This is what you've got to look forward to on future episodes of Mitch and Ed's excellent. Oh, there you
see
go.
That?
Is that Diddy Cone? It looked like Diddy Cone.
It's Jerry of Hollywood. It says, direct from Hollywood to you, free star photos.
Wow.
And look at some of those stars.
That's Elka Summer.
Elvis, Barbara Streisand.
Brenda Lee, David McCallum.
Is Darren McGavin there? Let's bring it home, Ed.
Hang on, let's
see a Pharaoh.
I can't see. It's a bit hard to read. Sorry, I'm looking, and you can just see the top of my head. I can't.
Ryan O'Neal,
Vic Morrow, Paul McCartney, Doug McClure.
Yes. Now you know what's funny about Doug McClure? I don't know if it's appropriate.
Well, we've only probably got about 2 minutes left.
Okay, well there was no, I won't do it. But anyway, there was a movie once where he played like it was Scott Glenn was in it as well. They rented a house.
Mm-hmm.
It was a haunted house that was haunted by the ghost of a samurai and his girlfriend, and they were murdered.
Yeah,
and the samurai took over the body of Scott Glenn, and the murdered woman took over the body of this guy's wife, who was Doug McClure's wife.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, they had a huge fight, and Scott Glenn takes the samurai sword and chops off Doug McClure's head.
Wow. And
I don't
that's
know what the name of that movie is. I only saw it once, but
and that person with the samurai sword didn't happen to ride a motorbike around Chicago by any chance?
no, but it's funny how it all makes sense, though, isn't
It
it? Though
does.
we talked about decapitated motorcycle riders and Scott Glenn
What a
and
what a what a
samurais.
wonderful first episode.
You know what we should do next week, or whenever we come back again?
Have a
If
script?
we come back again, look at how
Yep.
presumptuous I am, because I just want to eat that cereal.
Yeah.
See?
1,000
But
people.
no, I'm thinking you and I want you to find your favorite toy
Mm-hmm.
that you still own
Yep.
in that whole menagerie behind you, and I
Yep.
got my stuff all over here, and just show people what it is. It's like show and tell.
Yep.
This is all show and tell for kids.
I love it. I've already got some thoughts. So
Well, you already hinted at your Super 8 collection.
yes. I might have maybe a top three. A top three.
Really?
Is that all right?
3?
Yeah. I've got more than that, but that's great.
Do they have to be in mint condition, or can they just be something we
No.
held on to?
No, they can be, played with. That'll be good. So
All right.
all right. That's what you got to look forward to next
Yeah.
episode. Whenever that will be. If you do like this episode, that's awesome. Please, you can subscribe. That'll be
Did
great.
they get money for liking this?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Unless we send it out to them. I don't think we can do that. But that's all right. You can please. So if you like it, that's fantastic. You can subscribe as well. We'll put this also up on I suppose we'll put it on Facebook. I haven't even got a Facebook group for this or anything like that, but we'll work it out. That's all right. Thanks for listening. Stay safe out there. My name's Ed Dollister.
and I'm Mitch Halleck playing with my hair.
I saw. And this is Mitch and Ed's Excellent Adventure. We'll see you next time.
Bye, kids.
Bye.